Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Josh Oakes. I'm with SafeSmartSocial.com, and today during our live broadcast, brought to you by Parent University, where I give tutorials to people all over the world on how to use the apps that are most important to your kids. Today, I have an awesome person, Zoie Hoffman, and Zoie is a tutor for students, and she does it through video. She's an awesome person in North Carolina. I'm going to interview Zoie about fidget spinners, this fad that people have. We're going to learn what they are, what the positives are, what the negatives are. I'm really excited. One of the things I want to talk to you about here first, though, this video is brought to you by our Parent University, which is a series of tutorials that we teach every month this summer to make parents the most smart social media and most savvy they can be on Snapchat, Instagram, Tumblr, the private photo calculator app, and everything else that their kids are using. I hope you'll click one of the links below or in this blog post and join us. It's a Facebook Live event. It's about $9 per month, and it unlocks all of our live classes where you bring all of your questions and you learn how to use these apps in a really unique style where you actually can see what's going on my computer screen live. It's really, really cool. Hard to see right now, but you get the idea. All right, Zoie, I'm so excited to have you here. Thanks for being here. Tell us, what is a fidget spinner, and can you show it to us?
Sure. So a fidget spinner is this right here that you can fidget with, play with, use one-handed as you read or listen, I guess is the intended purpose. But they're also pretty fun toys. So
that's cool. And you picked one up yesterday, and these are all the rage. It seems like, and for those of you that are watching, well, how popular could this be? If you go to Amazon.com and you look at the top 20 items or the top 100 bestsellers, they are full of fidget spinners. It turns out that these are so popular that if you just do a quick fidget spinner Google, some students and teachers are saying on Twitter that it's been 5 days and the fidget spinner things are already banned at my school. Schools all over the country are noticing it. Educators are noticing that these have some serious issues in the classroom. And one of the things that is the biggest thing that many people know is that they're distracting students. Students don't want to listen to the teacher. So let's talk about some of the positives of fidget spinners. Zoie, talk to us about how they develop fine motor skills.
So the fingers that you use to spin this, as I was kind of playing with this last night, I realized that on my writing hand, I was pinching it with my fingers and then spinning it with my pointer. And those are the same fingers that you use to write. So I know a lot of families that have children like with cerebral palsy and things like that, where they have fine motor issues. That squeezing motion and then the spinning is actually good for strengthening those handwriting skills. So it's helpful in that way.
Yeah. And then you've heard of some other families using it as a game. How would they do that, where they put an arrow on it?
So recently on social media, I saw someone put a arrow, I assume it was maybe made out of like the sticky part of a Post-it note, on part of this fidget spinner and then lay it on a chore chart. And then it was spun and then it chose the kid's chore for the day, which I thought was a pretty clever way to get your kids to do chores.
Absolutely. Integrating something where they always want to be. And you guys know from past videos, you got to be where your kids are at. If they're on Snapchat, if they're on Instagram, if they're using a fidget spinner, spending time with them there may be the most valuable. And then next, you talked a little bit about getting kids to recite, whether it's the alphabet or anything else. You can use a fidget spinner to get them to recite stuff. Can you talk to us more about that?
Yeah. So my immediate thought of how I could use this in my tutoring sessions for my kids that are obsessed with them is to have them spin this as fast as they possibly can and then to recite some type of whatever they're trying to learn. So my first thought was multiplication tables. So try to recite your multiplication for your threes table from 1 to 12 before the spinner stops. Just games like that where you're getting your child interested in something that might be dull by introducing the spinner is, really great for getting down to where they're interested.
Now, we were supposed to have another, in addition to you, an awesome Dr. Christina R. Kirk was supposed to join us, and we're sad that the technology didn't work out. She was available, but computers are crazy. She had a little tip. She said suggestion from a teacher is parents collect your fidget spinners before school and give it back after homework's complete. So I know there's some people that are watching this right now like, hey, this stuff just distracts my kids. What are you doing? I don't, you're trying to play up something that might not be good for them. I understand that, but the doctor had a great tip, collect it in the morning. It's just like a device. I mean, really, these fidget spinners are a physical version of this. We do have most people, including adults, and I'll be the first to say it, I probably have an inbox addiction where I'm checking my email too much, right? And we get this type of euphoric feeling when we check it and we get something new, and probably the same thing true for fidgeting. So just an idea to make sure you monitor how much they're using it, what time they're using it. Now let's talk one more time, some of your behavioral things that you see with students, Zoie. What are some other benefits to fidget spinners, or just some tips that parents can do to get kids to focus?
Fidget spinners, they're just fun. And so any way that you can figure out how to incorporate learning or other like healthy activities with the fidget spinner, I think is awesome. And I have no doubt that there's people and children who the fidget spinner is helpful to their attention. You just have to be aware of if you or your child are that type of person. And as far as attention goes, there are many different ways that you can try to help your child pay attention if that's something they're struggling with. Exploring other fidget options there's tons of stuff out there.
Yeah, absolutely. One more thing for those of you, this is kind of cool. And we all have a doodling, or, a lot of adults will doodle while they're on a call. I find myself doing that a lot. I bought one of these little things on Amazon, and this is a Fidget Cube. This has buttons. These 5 things are buttons. This is a joystick. The ball fell out because I took it apart because I have a problem taking things apart. The little roller ball fell out, and it's somewhere under somewhere in my office. And then these are little tiny things that you push, and this is a switch, and this is just a flat spot. This is really cool. I use it every day, and it's something that sits there. I used to play with all kinds of things when I was on a call or doing something, and it really does allow me to focus. Right? And it's kind of neat just for normal adults, or maybe even a coloring book, right? When I'm the best when I'm on important calls. When I'm doing something, I can listen to them and stay focused when my hands are moving. So that's another thing, is a Fidget Cube. Kind of fun when you're on a call with somebody if you want to stay focused. What other last tips do you have for us here, Zoie?
I would just say don't resist the fidget. If your kid really wants to, then you can find parameters that you can put it in. And then also with any fidget tool, I always suggest to my students and their parents that they set rules around those. And this is the function that it's supposed to be serving. And then when it's not serving that function, then it needs to go back to its home, wherever that may be. Children that have attention issues usually have like baskets full of these types of things. Yeah. And it's just important that your child and you realize, this is what its function is. And when we're not using it for that function, like you said, like the phone, it can become addictive. So
absolutely. So for those of you, and I want to thank you, Zoie, for being on this here today. Those of you that are live on Facebook right now, I want to show you my computer screen while we're doing this. I want to show you that in a couple days on Parent University, I'm actually teaching people Snapchat, and that's what this video is brought to you by. We're going to show them how to navigate Snapchat, and you can see on my screen right now how Snapchat's kind of working. You can see my face. We're going to teach you all of the different hidden features of Snapchat that you can see, how to take a picture, how to add a bunch of stuff. We're going to show you how they expire, how the messages expire, and why students are using that for their benefit, and how they're actually keeping some messages and what messages. We'll show you all the hidden little tricks in the next few days. We're teaching that on Tuesday of next week. You can join at Parent University at safesmartsocial.com. There's going to be the actual link will be in the area above. So I want to thank Zoie. Zoie, thanks so much for coming out today and for giving us a few tips on fidget spinning.
Thanks for having me.
And the rest of you that are watching as well, I hope you'll join Parent University so we can teach you Snapchat, then Instagram. Then we're going to walk you through the private photo calculator app. Then we're going to look at Tumblr, and we're going to look at a Kick Messenger and how bad it is. And every Friday, we're going to have an expert interview Friday with a bunch of people. It's all in a Facebook Live group that's super private so that you can ask any questions that you have. I'm Josh Oakes. Thanks to everybody that joined us live. You can learn more by clicking the links in there. We'll see you soon. Have a great day. Have a wonderful Friday and be safe this weekend. Talk to you guys all soon.